Today we're going to talk about a traditional trail food, and that's boiled dumplings. So stay tuned and we'll get started. So boiled dumplings are a very easy, quick meal for on the trail. You only need one ingredient for these, and that is flour. And I have my flour just here in a cotton flour bag, and it's super simple. All you need to do is mix flour and water into a dough and then boil that dough. So I'm gonna go through that process with you guys. Why I like this is because I can stick this flour in any of my kits. I don't have to worry about it spoiling. And if I'm out and about and I'm doing something, I know I have a quick meal with me. Or in this case, this is about a pound of flour. I know I have at least 4 or 5 meals out of this if I really want to stretch it. So it's a nice ration to just carry along with you to be able to not have to worry about sticking food in your bag all the time, but still have something with you. So how I do this is I just take about a scoop of flour with my hand and put it inside my bush pot. So I'm gonna just dig my hand right into my flour bag and put a good scoop of flour in there. Now this is whole wheat flour. You can use all-purpose white flour. All the same, doesn't really matter too much. So I'm going to set that off to the side. Now that I have my flour, I'm going to add some water, but I want to get the camera repositioned so I can show you guys this, because this is somewhat of the critical step of this easy process. You don't want to add too much water. You don't want to make this soupy. You want to make this into a dough. So you want to add a little bit of water and start to mix it around. If you need to, add a little bit more water and mix it around. You always want to keep a little bit of flour behind just in case you add a tad too much water. You can add a little bit more flour then to thicken that up until you get a dough ball that you can actually just hold in your hand. So I'm going to show you that right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have my handful of flour here now, and I'm going to just add a little bit of water to this. And you can see it's just a little bit, not much. I just want to start to mix that. Now this is a little bit of a process. It doesn't immediately coagulate up, so you want to just work this for a little bit. And you can see it starts to get those little balls, but you still want to work that. And then just take your time, a tad more water. And just keep working it. So I kneaded my dough until I had a dough ball. So just flour and water, just keep slowly adding your water until you get a big chunk of dough. Once you do that, what I like to do is just rip a piece off, form it into just a little flat ball, just like that, and put it off to the side. And I can use my same pot, which obviously has no flour left in it. I'll add some water to that, bring some water to a boil. You want a good rolling boil, and then we're gonna add in our dumplings, and I'll show you that step once we get to it. So I'm going to just break this apart into chunks and put my water on the boil. Okay guys, so you can see we have a rolling boil for our dumplings. Also my buddy Dan came by, so we got some bacon on. So we're just going to drop them dumplings in, and what's going to happen is you're going to see them sink right to the bottom. Okay? So just drop them right in. And how do you know when they're done cooking? Well, you're going to let these continue to boil. When they start to float back up to the top, they're done. And then you're good to go. So I'm going to let them boil for a while now. So you can see how our dumplings are starting to actually start to float there. So once that happens, you know they're just about done. You can let them on for about another minute or two if you want, but you can pull that off right now. And the water's hot enough, it'll continue to cook them if they're not done. But that's going to be about it. So let's get that off and give them a taste. So we had a little bit change of weather here, so we have a little bit of raindrops falling on us, but the dumplings are all finished up, so cooked all the way through, have a good doughy taste to them. A couple things you can do with these. First off, you can add some salt if you have salt with you. You can put that in your mixture if you want to carry some salt in with your dough. With your flour. There's no problem by doing that. Another thing you can do is add spices. So I already added Old Bay to these. That tastes delicious. You can use a cinnamon sugar mixture, add that to it. If you have sugar after the fact, you can put some of that on. You can fry this up in bacon grease. It also goes great with bacon. So this is one of my trail foods that I always go to and I always keep with me in my pack. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I wanted to share this with you. If you haven't already, please check us out at coalcrackerbushcraft.com for all our classes and products. And until the next video, stay in the woods, guys.